Welcome back. So I have a very interesting mail day today. It's one that took some time to pull together, but as many of you know, some things are worth the wait. And it all started when I was kind of looking through some of the Facebook groups I'm in a few months ago, and I came across a Topps artist. So someone that does a lot of the sketch cards for various sets. And while they were selling cards of the players Topps has permission for on Topps stock that he had remaining, he was also open to commissions on his own stock. And seeing that basically none of the players that I focus my collection on are covered under Topps, I decided to commission him for just the standard sketch cards. So each one of these, I ended up buying 6. Gave me a little break because I was buying multiples. And each one of these is basically the player moving forward I'm really going to focus on, more so than all the others. And you'll notice that there's one one player that's surprisingly absent. And so all these cards are hand drawn, and the nice thing was I was kept up to date as they were being produced. So as the outline was done, kind of halfway done the sketch, and then full completion. And I was very happy seeing the progress and seeing the completed cards via Messenger, Facebook Messenger, but it really pales in comparison to seeing these cards in person. So let me go through the cards that I purchased, the cards I commissioned, and afterward I'm going to go over a little surprise I have for all of you. So starting off, we have Andy Cohen. So New York Giants player who, because of injury, really just never had the career that everyone thought he would. And then that's the artist's information. Juan Rosales, email address, various social media accounts. So Cohen from the artist area of Texas. Again, was signed by the Giants to replace Rogers Hornsby. And it was primarily because the Giants wanted to capitalize on the Jewish population. So they wanted a star Jewish athlete. Cohen fit that bill, but again, shortly after his career started, it was quickly derailed by some pretty significant injuries. While he kept playing, the opportunity was lost, and he bounced around the minor leagues. The only other time he popped up in the major leagues was as a coach for the 1960 Philadelphia Phillies. So Rosales was one card. Next up, we have Al Rosen. Similar to Andy Cohen, career was derailed by injuries. However, he was one of the more feared hitters of the early 1950s. So he did have a bit of a run, did win an MVP award in 53, and was just an amazing power hitter. Later on, he spent 20 years outside of baseball as a stockbroker, later returning to first the New York Yankees in 1978 as an executive, then moving on to the Houston Astros in the early 80s, and then the San Francisco Giants in the late 80s and early 90s. Interesting fact, he's the only former MVP to also win Executive of the Year. Next up, we have Moe Berg, the OSS officer who had a very interesting career in the major leagues, to say the least. Was not a star player by any means, but had value in a multitude of ways. both in his capacity to process information within a game and also as an source of great entertainment to other players in the dugout and particularly in the bullpen. So Moberg was the third sketch. Next up, we have Maurice Arnovich, an all-star for the 1939 Philadelphia Phillies, was an Orthodox Jew who retained his observance while in the major leagues, keeping kosher even during his various stops in Philadelphia, Cincinnati, and the New York Giants. Career was definitely cut short because of World War II. He was signed by the Giants in 1941, went off to serve, and really just wasn't able to come back and play the way he once did. So very short career, but was an all-star even though he didn't play in the game in 1939. And being that he played for my Phillies is definitely a PC focus for me. And we got two more cards. First is Hank Greenberg in his Tigers uni. Greenberg, there's enough information on him on this channel. I'm not going to go into too much, but like every other player I had commissions done of, lost a rather significant amount of time from service in the war, and also battled a number of injuries. And his numbers and his career could have been a lot bigger. His career could have been a lot longer had it not been for a multitude of things. And the last card I had done was Greenberg in his Army uniform. When he originally enlisted, he was a sergeant. He was later promoted to captain. And so these are the 6 sketch cards that I had done by Juan Rosales. And again, he's done a multitude of cards, 4 tops in various sets. If you look up there, museum collection being baseball and other sets. So, and the prices are very, very reasonable. If you look at his, if you reach out to him via email, look at his social media accounts. Maybe you've seen some of his postings in different Facebook collectors groups. Doesn't really get out there a ton, but he does get out there. And I encourage you to reach out if you PC a particular player, or if there's just a player you're interested in seeing a unique one-of-one card of for your team. So, and he specializes in portraits, so just keep that in mind when you do. Alright, so now for the interesting part, as if this wasn't interesting enough, but how does this, I'm going to directly kind of kick it back at all of you, because the artist was very nice, very generous in this offer. So this is also a giveaway announcement. And what I'm asking you to do in order to enter this giveaway is you have to create a video. Sorry for those that don't create content, but I'm going to stick to video this time because I want to see some items. And what I want you to do is show some art cards in your collection. Now, these can be modern art cards, such as these, or Project 2020, or something that Reindeer Studios has done, or it could be some of the older sets. So if you look at some of the old Gaudi sets, you can look at some of the Diamond Star sets, any of the illustrated type sets that were done, even back to strip cards, and various things. And also with the modern Allen Ginter, they are artist renditions. Gallery cards are artist cards. So try and I want to see a nice variety if you can, both in kind of different styles. Just doesn't have to be anything hyper specific, but stuff that you enjoy and that's part of your collection. So, one of the modern artists that I mentioned was Reindeer Studios. Now, many of you have seen this one before, but I have one piece of art from Scott. And in talking with him, he is also doing a giveaway. He is celebrating 1,000 subscribers. And his is similar to mine, but different, in that he wants you to put a lineup together consisting of art cards. Again, it can be modern, it can be vintage, but all of the cards have to be artist renditions, which I think is a fantastic idea. So feel free to have your video serve double duty, because obviously if you submit a video to Scott's contest, then obviously it's going to be applicable to this giveaway. And I will leave a link to the Reindeer Studios YouTube channel in the description below. So definitely head over there, enter his contest. Now please, when you do a video, whether it's individual for this one or a combined entry, please put a link in the comments below, because that's how I'm going to be able to figure out exactly who has entered. And we'll do a normal random generator of some kind, which I will film in order to pick a winner. So again, definitely check out Juan's work. Reach out to him. Absolutely amazing artwork on these cards. Very, very transparent process. It's going to take some time because he is very busy, just as is Scott. But it is definitely well worth the wait. And my only issue now is I got to get some one touches for these, so I can really put them away in the collection. But that's what I got for you this time around. Good luck to everybody. Enjoy the content. Go check out Reindeer Studios, and I look forward to seeing all of the art that is in your collections. So I thank you very much for joining me. I hope to see you again. Have a good one, and bye for now.